Hey folks, good morning and welcome to another episode of Steelers Morning Rush. I'm Alan Saunders. It is Thursday, February 27th. I am in downtown Indianapolis once again on my way to day 3 of the NFL Combine. Not enough of you hated this yesterday. In fact, some of you even liked it. So we're doing it again. And it's a beautiful day. I think this is the first time I've ever been in Indy when the weather was nice. Obviously, Northern City, late February, but that big, beautiful sun. You got the big monument circle back there. Pretty cool. So, yeah, let's talk about something that happened yesterday. So, we posted a video of Kenneth Graham, Michigan defensive tackle, on the YouTube channel. And then Smitty and I also talked pretty extensively about the defensive tackles, including Grant, in Steelers Afternoon Drive. And we got a couple comments, both on Twitter and on YouTube, on those videos that they bother me. So we're going to have a bit of a rant here. The gist of those comments were, why don't draft another Michigan guy? Didn't we learn our lesson with the last Michigan guy or the last couple Michigan guys? And folks, that is just absolutely insane. First of all, are we writing off Roman Wilson because he had 2 injuries in 1 year? That's ridiculous, first and foremost. Second of all, even if Roman Wilson never turns out to be anything, and Devin Bush, well, he seems most of the way there, but so what? The Steelers drafted lots of good players in Michigan. They got Zach Gentry in the 5th round. They had Larry Foote. They had Lamar Woodley. We drafted plenty of good Michigan players. And also, it does not matter if they have or haven't, or if every player they've drafted from a school in the entire history of the NFL has been awful. That has absolutely no bearing on the player that we're talking about. And the opposite is true. The Steelers never drafted anybody from Miami of Ohio before they drafted Ben Roethlisberger. They never drafted anyone from Kent State before they drafted Jack Lambert. Does that mean they should spend every draft drafting people from Miami of Ohio and Kent State? Absolutely not. That would be a bad idea. The helmet does not matter in scouting. It just does not. People do this in a different way, too. They'll talk about, Ohio State quarterbacks are never good in the NFL, or Alabama quarterback, or whatever. Or the opposite of that. Oh, man, you want Luke Lachey. I'm not going to talk about his height and his weight and his hands and his route running. I just know he's not Iowa tight end, so he's got to be good. It doesn't work, and it's not true. And it's a very lazy and very bad way to evaluate a draft prospect and the decision-making of a team. It doesn't work like that. Where a player plays is completely irrelevant to the process. It doesn't tell you any more information about the person. It just doesn't. You can infer that maybe if we're talking about a small school guy, okay, probably wasn't a 5-star guy coming out of high school. Maybe he was a late bloomer. Maybe there were some reasons that he couldn't get into a big-time school. But it's almost completely useless. You want to know how talented are they? How athletic are they? What's their personality like? What's their production been like? What's their ceiling? What's their floor? And how likely are they to reach the former? That's it. That's all that this is about. Kenneth Graham wouldn't be a better player if he went to Ohio State. He wouldn't be a worse player if he went to Kent State. He would still be Kenneth Graham. It would be exactly the same player. So, yeah, I don't know. That really, I see that a lot. I shouldn't see it at all because it's really stupid. And you guys are better than that. So, I know we got a lot of Bucs fans in the audience. I know we got a lot of Ohio State people. But I promise you it's perfectly okay for the Steelers to be drafted from Michigan. Michigan. It's not even like we're complaining about them drafting from somewhere dumb. Michigan's one of the best teams in the country for the last 3 years. Yeah, that's a perfectly good place to go find some talent from. And I assure you, none of the 32 teams here gives a shit where the guy went to school and what happened to the last guy they drafted from that school, or what happened to the last guys who got drafted from that school. It is just not a part of this process at all. So, sorry for the rant, but I hate that stuff. Let's talk about the players and their strengths and weaknesses on their own merit. That's all I got for this morning. These are going to be short if we do the walk because I'm only about 5 minutes from my Airbnb to the convention center, which is now right across the corner. Talking to the cornerbacks today. So it should be a good day for that. Got a whole list of prospects I'm looking forward to talk to. Although from what I heard, I think that's the position the Steelers are planning on addressing before we get to the draft in April. More about that on Afternoon Drive with me and Smitty at 6. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications here on the YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. Until then, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, enjoy.